thank you so much for talking to us. It's really privileged visiting your office and got an exclusive content with you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Welcome, Rajiv. Thanks for your time for coming into Bangalore and meeting us. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So, to start my conversation with you, 2021 or previously, we have seen the challenges, but we have been through this challenge and we are sitting together. So, if you can share some insight about how has been the growth so far for Kaizen in last 1 year, and going forward, what is the growth target for you in 2022 also?
Last 30 months, the global pandemic has been putting a stop on all our growth plans. It is Kaizen as such is not an exception to this. And on the support infrastructure, the requirements across the country increased during the last 30 months because work from home was a new concept. Study from home is again a new thing to the children. So the requirements of technology support, tech support across the country increased. With if it is an office, you have a system admin who can give us support for any kind of a complex problem. But when with work from home started, even for a smallest of small problems, the customers, the end users, the children were forced to reach back a tech support center. If you take up a laptop or a desktop, there are at least 15 components built in. If for a small change in the configurations or settings by the user, an automatic download by one particular product in the desktop or a laptop, there are situations wherein the entire laptop goes down. If it was an office environment, the system admin would have been there for support. With work from home coming in, the users were left to reach through us, and since Kaizen has got its tie-up with most of the brands in a laptop or a desktop, we acted as a one-point solution in providing the support which is required by the customers. With no travel, with customers having more time to spend on technology products, the usage of products got increased, the interface between customers and Kaizen has got increased, upgradation of hardware started to happen. This brought in more challenges for us in terms of educating the customers what can be done with existing hardware, or what are all the options available for them to upgrade in case of a problem, or what might be the right solution coming in.
Right. So going forward 2022, I'm sure that we are just going into the new financial year and you have certain target in mind. If you can share something about your expansion plan or any growth you are looking this year also.
Right. With work from home and study from home, which has been started since 2019, has got stabilized. People have started to know how to use the IT hardware like a laptop or a desktop. Even if the return of office or return of school is there, the infrastructure created at home will continue to stay. Partially, we expect study from home to continue. Students who have got used to study from home would want to utilize more on the hardware. Upgradation of hardware will continue, and the IT infrastructure at home will become a commodity. Across, let it be from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or from any place in Gujarat to any place in Assam, Kaizen wants to have its footprint, and we want to grow aggressively and provide the support what a customer in the country wants. Let it be a laptop or a desktop or any kind of connectivity related to internet connections, we are there for support. Our presence across the country will be certainly seeing a surge in this coming financial year.
Okay, so I would like to know, because you have been making new associations. We have seen closely that major brands are your partner and you're serving for them. So can you share something about the portfolio you are currently having, new associations if you have, or you want to share with us that there is something which is coming?
We have a target that at least a brand will get added in every 90 days. So hopefully by April, we will certainly add up at least 2 or 3 more brands. So the next, I think the finalization is underway. So the disclosure will be done collectively by the brand and us with a press release to digital terminal. But we are there, we continue to stay. The current brands, whatever associated, which is 16 plus, will continue to stay. And by end of 2022, we should be having at least 4 to 5 more brands getting into our basket on the computer components industry.
Okay, one more query I would like to know, because I don't know whether you'll answer it or not, but it's my query, it's my personal intention that I want to know that do you face any challenge to manage so large portfolio, because somehow they are very similar products?
Agreed. See, we have a clear infrastructure, clear vertical which is there. Even if competitive brands are there with us on support, each brand gets exclusive support for their customers without the customer knowing that there is an overlap or the same partner is handling the support for other brands. There are multiple competitive brands in our portfolio, but we certainly ensure that the single point contact set across for each brand is unique and there is no overlap. End customer coming in or a reseller coming in or a retailer coming in for any specific brand product gets the service without any kind of an overlap. We don't have any kind of a concept that the confusions of multiple brands gets into the customer's mind. We have a foolproof mechanism which basically ensures that each brand is being provided justice with enough separations between brands.
Okay, so means you have been managing these things, which is very important for our readers to know that being a valuable service partner for so many brands, you really take care of this confidentiality and separation between them. So thanks for answering this query. I would like to know, and you shared the things behind all these manageable things what you're doing. Moving to my next part, that is, you are a veteran, you have seen how the service industry has evolved. Okay, so how do you see the trends in 2022 or going further?
Agreed. As suggested earlier, the IT components is getting into a commodity. Initially, if you take up say a couple of years before, every household would have got one computer or one laptop. With work from home and study from home coming in, if there are 4 members in the family, including aged people, they would like to have a laptop or a desktop, because now here life with a laptop and desktop is going to be the base. So expansion is going to happen across the country. The requirements of components is going to drastically increase. Upgradation of hardware is going to happen. So the requirements of support is going to improve in the next 3 to 5 years coming in.
Okay, and so we have been seeing the certain things like which is hampering you may say challenges for industry. You talked about the trends and opportunities we can see, but what about the challenges which you see will we really need to take care from now onwards? If there is any challenge you can see?
Correct. There are multiple challenges. If you take the smartphone industry, right? The customer walks in to the nearest location, which might be say a couple of kilometers away from his house, and he gets the replacement done. But that is not possible in the component industry. It basically narrows down to the volume of sale. For in case we have one service center in each city, while a smartphone might have 12 service centers in a city, right? So this gap might be their expectations of customers. If you take say 6 to 10 years ago, 1 week was an acceptable time. Now 2 days is not acceptable time. So people want a downtime to get lesser than 2 days. Kaizen is supporting the cost by keeping demo centers, and replacements on multiple computer components can happen as early as 2 hours to 48 hours. Okay. Any customer can come in, get the product checked, take it back in as early as 30 minutes. Okay. If at all, if there's going to be any kind of a small fine-tuning of repair, upgradation of firmware, the downtime might not be more than 120 minutes. So we are gearing up to provide support to customers. For a replacement, it might be 15 minutes. For a repair, it might be 2 hours. Right. So we want to expand this kind of facility of 2-hour support across the country.
Right. So one more thing I just want, because digital is a new wave. Okay, everyone is talking about digital transformation and all. So how Kaizen has invested a lot into have a digital transformation happening according to the trends which is required for the market survival.
See, on the hardware support, physical presence is the requirement. Digital transformation is a platform which Kaizen uses to teach the customer how to reach us. What are all the troubleshooting facilities which can be done? What are the tools available at Kaizen which can be availed by them to ensure that the downtime gets reduced? What is the shortest way to reach Kaizen? What is the shortest way to get the replacements done, or all going digitally to the customers? But being a hardware product, customers have to physically hand over the product to us for it to be tested and repaired and given back to them. But we try to optimize the situation and train the customers, which can be done digitally.
Right. So means that's fair enough, because hardware product will still remain hardware, and for that you need to be physically accessible for everything. I was asking about the kind of, because a lot of players are investing on their websites, the response time, on their social media for the awareness and all. So, and in that context, what Kaizen is doing to stay afloat in very accessible and it's visible to all.
Again, Kaizen has its own USP. We will be market leaders. We will certainly be the leaders on technology. On the tech support, we have created a WhatsApp number, so customers sitting at its doorstep can request for customer service by doing a WhatsApp to our help desk. The WhatsApp numbers are independent for independent brands. Once the customer call is registered in our WhatsApp number for the respective brands, the respective customer support team will reach to the customer and ensure that the solution is provided at the customer's doorstep.
Okay. I know that there are a lot of changes has we have seen We have evolved now. We can say that in last 2 years we have evolved, and you have seen these changes. So based on that, do you have any suggestions for the brand and also for the partners who are connected to us for the service to loyal customers?
Right. With vision and mission, Kaizen is very clear. The next 3 to 5 years, what is going to be done by us is very clear. We want to set up a win-win situation for the brand owners, for the distributors, for the resellers, for the retailers, and for the end customers. Optimization of resources, connecting the country logistically with strategically locating our hubs will be the key. We will provide them the support what is required. The global methodology with Indian customization on tech support will be provided by Kaizen to all the customers, to all the brand owners, to all the resellers. Thank you.
Okay.